Hey, how's everyone doing today? My name is Javier Carlin. I'm a physical therapist here at Renewal Rehabilitation in Largo, Florida, across the street from Largo Mall on Seminole and Omerton, right next to Jupiter Donuts. If you don't know where that's at, it's probably best that you don't. Just to tell you a little bit about who I am, I'm a physical therapist. Basically what that means is that I help people who are dealing with nagging injuries get back to doing the things that they love to do pain-free without having to, worry about relying on painkillers or risking unnecessary surgery. So Renewal Rehab has been the first Renewal Rehab was established 20 years ago over in Hyde Park in the South Tampa area. We have the second location over in Wesley Chapel, and this third location right now opened up in March of 2019. So what I want to do today for you is answer a question that I've been hearing quite a bit about plantar fasciitis. And I want to dive into this very quickly about what plantar fasciitis actually is, what causes it, and what is actually going on at the anatomical level so that you have a better understanding of why that is, so you can figure out what the best solution for you might be. Okay? And I want to preface this by saying that if you've been dealing with any injury, whether it's plantar fasciitis or anything else, for longer than 2 weeks, it probably isn't going to go away on its own. Yes, there are those rare cases where things just happen to disappear, but a lot of the times that's not how it works. If it's been a month, definitely go get it checked out. Doesn't have to be me, but go find someone who is willing to hear you out and help you and listen to you about what is actually going on and what the root cause of it actually is, as opposed to just putting a Band-Aid on it, right? If it's been going on for a year, it's definitely not going to go away on its own, okay? So make sure you get this taken care of because you don't want it to get worse. You don't want it to escalate and lead to something even bigger that might lead to a surgery, okay? So let's dive into it. Plantar fasciitis. This is a beautiful human skeleton, about 206 bones. What is plantar? Plantar means the bottom of the foot, right down here. Fasciitis is a term for the fascia being inflamed. Now, what is fascia? Fascia we have all over the body. It's a type of connective tissue that is actually intertwined throughout our entire body. However, specific areas in the body have their own segments of fascia. Now, the plantar fascia is basically fascia that sits on the plantar aspect of the foot, right underneath it, okay? So I'll show you what that looks like. Right over here. Okay, so that is a plantar aponeurosis. Let's go ahead and add a second layer, boom. And that is the plantar fascia, okay? So you can see the plantar fascia lies right in there. It's highlighted in green. And basically, where most people find that they have pain or discomfort is actually right over here. So if that's you, so that's one area. You can actually have some pain over here. Some people have it a little bit higher right up here. And then it can really be all throughout that plantar fascia. Now, what actually causes this? Well, there are many causes for it, okay? One could be the structure of your foot. The structure of your foot, whether it's more, whether it looks like this or whether you're more flat-footed, can make a difference and can cause plantar fasciitis. Whether it's one leg being longer than the other, and you having to wear a heel lift or some other type of support may also cause plantar fasciitis. So you really have to know exactly what the cause is, the root cause, so you can actually fix the problem. Otherwise, you're working on the plantar fascia, you're doing all these stretches, you're doing these exercises that you find online, but you don't really know what's going on. So it's very important that you know what the root cause is first and just get to that as quickly as possible. So the next thing I want you to know about the plantar fasciitis, whenever anything has an itis at the end of it, it means that something is inflamed. But that is a symptom of what is actually going on. Another cause of plantar fasciitis is actually having tight muscles in the calves. So tight calf muscles can actually cause plantar fasciitis, and I'll show you why that is. Okay, so the calf muscles include the gastrocnemius, the soleus, and then we have other muscles in the lower leg, right? Now, this is taking a little bit of time to load, but once it does, you'll see that there are all these muscles in the calves and the lower leg, and basically those muscles converge into what we call the Achilles tendon. The Achilles tendon connects to our heel bone, the calcaneus, and as you can see here, let me go ahead and just shift this to the side. So we have the gastrocnemius, these two big muscles right here. We have the soleus on the side. As you can see, they converge into this white thing right here, which is the tendon. And a tendon is basically what the muscle turns into when it's about to attach to a bone. It attaches to the heel bone right over here. And what happens is that the fascia, the connective tissue that intertwines between all this muscle, actually also connects the Achilles tendon right over here. As you can see, if I click on that lower limb fascia, it actually has a connection from the Achilles tendon to the plantar fascia. So the fact is that if your calves are really tight, and what that could look like is, let's say this is your lower leg, this is your foot. If your calves are really, really tight, or if you wear shoes with a heel, right, your foot's more like this, causing your calves to get tight, it can actually start causing your plantar fascia to become tight as well, so that every single time you take a step, every time we lift our foot, we're doing this, that tightness is causing this plantar fascia to tighten it up even more, and you're constantly pulling on it, creating more and more tension and irritating it more and more, causing more inflammation. And the thing about our feet is that we're constantly using them. We're constantly either running, if you're in kickboxing, you're kickboxing. We're always using our feet for everything. Walking, right? Power walking, doing, chores around the house. It's something that we do. So the first point of impact is always our feet. So we have to make sure that we protect our feet and protect our legs and really just our entire body, right? So I hope that makes sense. Again, this is one of the causes of plantar fasciitis. Just there are other things that might be going on. This is not all encompassing, but I hope that gives you a better picture of why that is. Now, in the lower leg, just like in the foot and the rest of our body, we have a ton of muscles, we have a ton of ligaments, we have a ton of tendons, and all these components help to support our joints, right? The foot and ankle being one of them. So the fact is that the only way to really solve a problem is to figure out which actual connective tissue, tendon, ligament, joint, cartilage, nerves are affected, and then actually go and find a solution for that specific problem. So unless you have professional help, you don't really know. And that's the problem with YouTube videos, which YouTube's great, but if you're just doing random stretches, doing random exercises, you might be hurting yourself more than you're helping. Okay? So like I said, if this is something you've been struggling with for a very long time, make sure you get professional help, either with me, that's cool. If you want to go with someone else, that's fine too. But please, please, please just don't wait any longer, okay? I hope this was helpful. If you want to share this with your family or friends, please, please do, if you know it's going to help them out as well, okay? So I hope you all have an amazing day. We'll talk soon. Take care.